Transit TV, is your boy Reggie back one more time to look at the game coming up this weekend between Arsenal and Brighton at the Emirates. If you look at the league table, the gap between these two sides, you would think that this should be an easy one for Arsenal, but I tell you what, in reality, it's not going to be so. Yes, Arsenal is second on the table behind Man City with the gap of 1 point, sitting on 82 points, City on 83, 81 points and City on 82, while Brighton has 55 points, 7th on the table, with the gap of 26 points between these two teams. Looking at these statistics, you would think that it's going to be an easy one for Arsenal, but no, it's not going to be. Reason being, for 3 reasons. First, in the last 2-3 years, Brighton has been kind of a bogey team for Arsenal. You remember the beginning of this season, they beat Arsenal at the Emirates for the Carabao Cup. Last season, Arsenal also lost to Brighton, and Arsenal managed to win. And this season, first leg, I remember that game, Arsenal was cruising in that game, I think 3-0. And Brighton came to 3-2, and Arsenal eventually won that game 4-2. Again, Brighton is a team that is very strong in possession. They hold on to possession very well, and they get around the pitch very good as well. They're a very physical and mobile team that can play football. So when you meet teams like that, it's always, hard not to crack. Thirdly, for the reason that Brighton right now is very comfortable on the table, though they still have a chance to make it in Europe, but their position is not in any danger from the bottom. So they're pretty much going to be playing with freedom and a lot of confidence, and that is usually a very, very tricky situation to play a team against, because they're going to play without fear, and that helps them to relax and play their game. So having said that, we're going to look into a few things in this game and come up with a prediction. But before we go further, I want to beg you to please subscribe to our channel, like this video if you have not done that yet, and don't forget to hit your notification button so that whenever we drop our content, you get notification and enjoy the content as we go. I trust you're doing that as you're looking at me, as you're watching now. Yeah, so let's look at how both teams play. Brighton, one can say, plays the way Arsenal plays. So it's going to be a match. They're a team that is good in transition. They're a team that is good in playing out from behind. They have players who are very comfortable on the ball, that can receive pass in difficult situations and progress. Arsenal, on the other hand, of course, we all know, obviously, do the same in a very, very, very strong way. So it's going to really be a very interesting game, tough game, and one that's going to be keenly contested by both sides. Coupled with the fact that both of them also have 2 young managers who are doing amazingly well in the league. 2 brave and courageous young managers. Their approach to the game is almost the same. So this one is going to come down to mistakes, who makes more individual mistakes, and of course the individual quality of the brilliance and quality of the players. So there's no much difference in the style of play, but we know that the Arsenal has a better quality than Brighton. Then you also look at, and there are areas in the pitch that I feel can win both teams the game, mostly in the wings and the midfield. And on the wings, this is where Arsenal has great advantage or superiority over Brighton. Yes, Brighton on their wings, coming from the left side of their wings, they have Mitoma, Japanese guy, very good dribbler, very good carrier of the ball, takes on defenders. But the problem with him is he creates chances, he gets into good positions, but he's not as clinical. He doesn't take his chances. He probably scores 1 out of 7. So this is where Arsenal probably will have hope that they won't really be dangerous. But in terms of playing through the wings, I'm very sure that Ben White is going to be prepared for a very, very strong game tomorrow, because Mitoma is a professor of dribbling and he can take on defenders anytime, any day. On the other side of the wing, Brighton has a problem. I think Jellimash is going to be absent for this one. He's injured. If he's not, he's also another dribbler, another carrier of the ball. On the other side, Arsenal has obviously 2 of the best young wingers or best wingers in the league, if not in Europe presently. Martinelli is on 15 goals from the left wing. Saka is on 13 goals from the right wing. Not talking about their assists. So it's very obvious that Arsenal has strength in the wings. Saka has the ability to get out of difficult situations and create chances for his teammates and score goals. Martinelli has, with his explosive pace, we all know he's a nightmare for defenders in the league, and he has been all season. So this is where I think Arsenal can hurt Brighton really good. Another aspect of the game that is really going to be interesting is the central defense of Brighton. That's Arsenal centre forward, in the person of Jesus, who we think, I believe, is going to be deployed for that position. Yeah, physically, he is no match for Dunk. But we know that Jesus is a very, 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 very strong player. He doesn't shy away from battles, and he wins his draws. So that's another area we're going to pay attention to in this game. And I believe with the pace and the strength of Jesus, there's going to be chances for Saka and Martinelli, or even Odegaard behind him, to score goals. The only aspect of the game I feel that Brighton might get something out of Arsenal is in the midfield. Depending on which position Caicedo plays from. The last few games he's been playing from the right back position. If in this game he plays in the midfield, he usually makes Brighton midfield very, very combative, mobile, and strong, both in possession and in tackles. The last 2 games, Arsenal has played Jorginho, who we know is a very good controller of the game, but physically we know his deficiencies. So if Jorginho starts for Arsenal and Caicedo plays in the midfield, it's really going to be a very tricky one. The only way I believe Arsenal will have superior presence in the midfield is if Arteta does what he did the last game against Newcastle, when he deployed Xhaka close to Jorginho and restricted his movement going forward a little bit to give Arsenal that physical presence in the midfield, to allow Odegaard freedom to remain up top on the pitch and make play for the front players and take his chances as he did against Newcastle. So having said that, these are the key battles I think or key areas I think both teams can get a result out of each other. Then goal scoring. Obviously, Arsenal is the second highest goal scoring team in the league and has one of the best defenses. I think you're in the top 3. So yeah, while Brighton has conceded a lot of goals this year, they just have 7. I think their goal difference is just +7. So that tells you who is more clinical, whose defense is better. So I believe Arsenal are going to score goals in this one, playing at home. Then on the other hand, we also know that Arsenal has been conceding a lot of goals at home because of the way they play at the Emirates. So I also expect Brighton to score 1 or 2 in this one. So there's going to be goals in this game. I can predict that there's going to be goals. Both sides put together, I don't see anything less than 3 goals. 3-1, 2-1, 2-4-2. You know, it's going to be a game of more than 2 goals. The minimum goal we'll see in this game, I can predict, is going to be 3. Then when we look at chance creation and motivation, as I've spoken about this in the beginning of this video, Brighton's motivation is going to come from the fact that Arsenal beat them at home at the beginning of the season. I think that game ended 4-2. So it's kind of revenge for them. That's 1. 2, they still have a chance to make it to Europe. So it's going to give them the motivation to try to push for that position, to make, you know, they're just 2 points behind Tottenham, and I think they have 2 games in hand. Arsenal, on the other hand, though before this game comes up, Man City is supposed to be playing Everton. Everton, we know, beat Brighton 5-1 a week before. I know Arsenal fans all over the world right now are praying for Everton to replicate that form that they had last week against Brighton, to either to get something out of that game or from Manchester City. And if that happens, it's very obvious what motivation Arsenal players are going to have by the time they're playing Brighton a couple of hours after that game. So both teams have different motivating factors into this game, and which makes it going to be an interesting one. Yeah, this one I still ask you one more time to, if you have not done that yet, subscribe to our channel, hit the notification button, like, and make your comments. Like I said in the last video, the intro video, is a young channel, is a new channel. So we would like you to make your comments, say what you like, what you don't like about the videos we are giving you, what you want us to do on the channel, suggestion of things you think we can do to make it better and more fun for you. So we'll be looking at the comments to see what your interest, what you want, and what you want us to do and add to the channel and to the show. This brings us to prediction time. We're going to look at 5 games: Aston Villa versus Spurs, Manchester United versus Wolves, Brentford versus West Ham, Arsenal versus Brighton, and Everton Man City. Aston Villa versus Spurs. This one, Aston Villa, I believe, will win this one. The scoreline will be 3-1. I'll say 3-1 in this one. Man U Wolves. Man U is playing at home at Old Trafford. Yeah, there's there's a doubt on Rashford's availability for this game, and we know when he doesn't score, Man U don't score. I'll call this one a draw, maybe a 1-1 or 0-0. Brentford West Ham. I believe West Ham will win this one. Sorry, Brentford. Brentford will win this one. West Ham, we know, was in Europe this week and they're concentrating on winning the Conference League. On the table, I believe they are they are safe now. There's no chance they're going down. So they're going to put all their efforts and plans now on the European chances that they have. I see Brentford winning this one 2-1. Arsenal Brighton. Like I said earlier on, Arsenal will win this one 3-1. Everton Man City. I see a draw or an Everton win. You know where that's coming from. Thank you for watching. Before you go, hit the like button, activate the notification button as well, subscribe to our channel, and let's hear your comments on the comment section on ways to improve the channel. Thank you for watching. See you next time. Bye for now.